everyone, and welcome to episode 12 of the Road to 2000 series. So let's start a game. And okay, hopefully today I'll have a bit better of a day. But I am playing against someone a bit lower than me this time, so this should be. I should have a decent chance of winning this. But anyways, let's play e6. Why not? That's one of the most common ways to play this, I'm pretty sure. Alright, now let's play knight f6. Maybe play bishop here. Ooh, maybe bishop here actually to break this pin. And then I want to play h6, castle. I just want to castle nice and safely. Alright, let's play this. Alright, they're probably not going to take, but if they do take, I'll simply capture with the bishop. Alright, and now I think we can just play king here. Or okay, castles. Okay, and now, do I play c6? Do I play knight c6? Maybe I should just go b6, actually, fianchetto. I kind of like that idea. But yeah. This is interesting. Okay. Ooh, wait a minute. Takes. I mean, that would be equal, right? I'm gonna guess this is an alright move to make. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it, that's for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna go for this move. Alright, hopefully this is not like a big blunder. Okay, bishop takes. Now I have a decent debate here. Do I take with the queen or do I take with the knight? I feel like taking with the queen makes sense here, but it's definitely a tricky debate because I don't want to block in the fianchetto. So maybe I should just take with the knight. Let's take with the knight. We can always reroute. There's no dark square bishop anymore, so that'll be nice. I won't have to worry about diagonal issues. All right, and now let's go here. I might actually just go back to d5 to be honest, but I mean it doesn't really matter to be honest. They might just take a huge chunk at the center. Let's go knight here. If they play bishop there, maybe there's f5. I don't know. f5 might be a bit bold. But maybe let's just go here. Alright, if they play b4, I'll take, they take, and then I'll just take a free pawn, so that's not a good option for them. Maybe now I go I don't know what to do. Maybe just knight here. Knight there, and then I don't know, maybe that weakens my c-pawn too much. Maybe I should go for rook c8, just so that when I move my knight I can push out my c-pawn a bit. If bishop here, knight here. Okay. Actually, maybe knight here is a little bit weird, so I'll have to consider options. I don't want to let the knight here, to be honest. That would be a bit scary. I want to play knight g6 at some point, but I don't like the idea of them taking, giving me an isolated doubled pawn, even though I do get an open file. So I am going to have to consider, or I'm gonna have to find a way to kick this bishop off if I want to be able to do that. Do I just play knight d5 maybe? Yeah, I might as well just go back to d5. Then we can take. And then we can like move the knight, and then yeah, I mean we have ideas here, that's for sure. I could even just reroute here if I want to. The question is, are they even gonna take? I mean, they're probably not. They're probably just gonna leave the tension going, which makes sense. Obviously, they can't play something like this because I mean that just loses the pawn, I'm pretty sure. Okay, knight here. That's a very interesting move. I think I should play knight here, offer the trade. Alright, if they take, okay, they do take, I will play queen takes. And then if like bishop here, maybe just knight d8. Okay, yep, let's play knight d8. Alright. And luckily the rook nicely defends this c-pawn. I guess they might have, no, knight there. If knight there, then we take. Okay, yeah. The knight might go here, actually. If the knight does go there, we can always just defend this fork. We just don't want to get forked. That would be kind of bad. Is there any other ways to defend the fork? Maybe just rook d8. No, rook d8. Rook d8, knight c6. Okay, maybe not. Maybe just queen here, and then we can slide the queen to d7. Yeah, that makes sense. They don't have something crazy like this, I'm pretty sure. They might play queen here. If queen there, maybe knight d6. I don't know. This is a funky position, and I feel like I'm losing by a bit, or not losing, but I feel like I'm quite a bit worse here in this position. I actually can't play a move like f6 because I lose a pawn if I do that. Okay, but I think knight here is a good move. If they go queen here, then I don't see what they can do with that actually, because my pawn is defended by a rook. I guess they do kind of paralyze the rook doing that, but besides that, it's not really anything crazy. I could always play something like king here, maybe? I don't know. But yeah, this knight nicely defends this pawn, and yeah, I mean, this feels pretty solid. So, okay, we get rook there. That's an interesting move. It makes sense because I think they're trying to double up at some point and get like a third attacker on this pawn, and it's going to be very hard to defend from there. But I think I really want to play f6, but obviously there's just that fork right there, and I don't want to allow the fork. So I guess let's go king h7. Yeah, king h7. They don't really have any checks. So yeah, I think this works. King h7, and then we can play f6. In fact, wherever the knight goes, I feel like my position's gonna end up getting quite a bit better here. But it's definitely still a weird position, and I'm gonna have to find my way to an endgame here so I can like equalize stuff. If I get a draw, then I lose elo, so my opponent might be very happy with the draw, to be honest. But anyways, I think they really want to take this, I think. All I know is I can't slide the king here or here because I would just get forked. Okay, but they play knight there, and now I think I can. Can I just take this? I mean, I don't see why I can't. Yeah, let's go for that. And I think my position is going to end up being pretty good, as I said. All right, let's play e5. Now the question is, if they take, do I take with the queen, defending the pawn and attacking this new one, or do I take with this pawn? Actually, I might have just given him check. Yeah, it does look like I just gave him a check, and then like they might just pick up a pawn. Okay, they play that instead though. I didn't expect that. But I think rook here is good. Rook here, maybe rook d6. Now if they play check, I just slide back, and I don't really mind the situation. They might go rook here actually, rook here, but then queen there, and I feel like I have good attacks on this pawn. Then they might go there, but then I have queen here, I think, and I feel like my queen's going to be very powerful. So, yeah, I don't think rook e6 is a good move. I think they have to play e4. e4 definitely looks like a good move here. Okay, queen there. Did not expect that. But I guess that move is kind of smart, actually. Because it prevents a lot of things. They might go for this queen trade right here. I'm not 100% sure. That definitely is a strong move because that prevents my entire rook d6 idea, as they would simply profit an entire rook. Okay. Did not expect that move. I will be honest. Oh man, they're gonna win some material, I think. Yeah, I've messed this up. Man, I don't want to lose again. I've been losing a lot of elo. Maybe, is there any move to survive? Or, I mean, hold on to a pawn here? I don't really know. Maybe queen here. That probably will result in them trading some material. I feel like I should be fine with this, though. I think I lose one pawn. Maybe two. But I feel like I can hold on. If they play something like queen here, I think I can take pretty safely. And they have to trade off a lot of material, and I feel like I'd be in a good situation. So they kind of have to trade off, I'm pretty sure. But, yeah, I mean, I feel like I definitely messed this up at some point. I've got to get better at these middle games. Middle games is definitely my struggle right now. I think the thing is, I used to never play rapid daily. Like, I used to play it weekly. Now that I'm playing it daily, I feel like I'm getting in more of these situations. So I've definitely got to I have to adapt to playing a lot more chess than usual. We might actually see something like e4. E4 actually looks kind of solid. Yeah, they might actually play e4, and then my position looks kind of bad after that. They are running low on the clock, though. Okay, they just take. Fair enough. We take back. If they play takes, we take like this, I think, and then they go here. We have to go here. So, if they play pawn takes, I think we go for this, or maybe we go for check and then this. I'm not 100% sure. Okay, they just play pawn takes. That does make sense. Maybe we go king here, actually. Yeah, I think we just go king here. We keep the tension on that c pawn. Yeah, let's go for that. If they take, we will take like this, I think, or this. Maybe it'd make more sense to. It doesn't really matter, does it? Yeah, I think this makes the most sense. Just, actually, maybe we take like this, because it'll upper the chances of a trade, I think. And, actually, I don't know. I was in a rook situation where I was up a pawn and it ended up being a draw, so, I mean, like, draws definitely do happen a lot, even if you're up a pawn, but I think, I feel like I might actually be losing here, but it's definitely still tricky. I think actually rook takes here, because if they don't trade and they play something like rook here, I still have a rook on the c file, or not the c file, the seventh rank, and that'll be important to have. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and then I also can have like rook here. Okay, they play that. Interesting move. And yeah, I'm curious to see what happens. Maybe they'll just play b4. If they play b4, my position looks really bad, actually. Okay. Maybe just king e7? I mean, which way should I prioritize? The king is over here a lot, so maybe I should just go for this. Or maybe check and then like rook b1. And I don't know what's better though. Is it better for them to have a b pawn or an a pawn? I feel like it's better for them to have an a pawn. How about we go king here just to prevent any sort of like skewer ideas? Yeah, I feel like that makes sense. Just king there. If they go rook here, then I think we go rook here. I don't know 100%. But maybe we just go king d7. Yeah, king d7. Oh, maybe we go rook here first. Yeah, I like going rook here first. That seems a bit smarter. b4 takes, and I feel like the king is quick enough. I could obviously be wrong, but I definitely do feel like I'm quick enough here. Ooh, but maybe we have to play this now. Yeah, let's play this first, and then let's play g6. Okay. Yeah, g6. Ouch. My rook is very passive, though. That's kind of... I'm messing that up. I feel like I've gotten so much worse at endgames, like relative to my skill level. Maybe we just go here? Oh, but then I leave this H-pawn right here, and I don't like that. Yeah, I mean, this is a struggle of a position. That is for certain. But I think... Okay, let's go rook here. Maybe we can get the pawn. They might play king here, actually, just so that they can safely play these two rook moves and win my pawn. Okay. But I feel like this is still a draw, like, if I play perfectly. This is definitely getting harder, though. Harder to hold on. Okay. Can I go rook here? Rook there. Yeah, I feel like rook here is actually a decent way to hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna go rook here. If they take, I will take this. If they play check, I just slide here, 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 here. And I'm always holding on to this. And if they ever play something like that, I'll just take. Yeah, I mean, this feels holdable. Okay, but let's just go here. Alright. And now let's cut the king off. Okay, they go there. But now I think we go here. I feel like we can hold on. I mean, it's gonna be tricky, that's for sure, but it's not impossible. Uh-oh, my time is getting low. Let's play e4. I think I'm losing this, actually. Yeah, this definitely feels losing. Unfortunately. Yeah, because they could just play rook here, actually, and I think I'm in a bad situation. Although maybe not. I'm not 100% sure about this. Alright, let's play check. They kind of have to go here if they want to continue holding on to that pawn. Or there. Didn't even see that move, to be honest. I might be able to still do something. Yeah, this definitely feels like I'm slowly losing the thread. I think... Okay, yeah, let's just play check. Yeah, this is getting tough. I think they're thinking about going here. Check. Okay. This is definitely still close, but I feel like I just lose this. Their clock is low, though, so I'm not going to fully doubt myself to hold on to this. Alright. The thing is, because my pawns have moves, that kind of lowers my chances of getting this draw. But I actually still feel like there's chances here to hold on. Just barely. Wait, there might be something here. I actually think I might have something, just barely. Let's play this. I don't know. I feel like I've just messed this up. Yeah. Oh, wait! Wait, they're gonna flag! Oh my goodness. I did not expect that. Wait a minute. Yeah, their time was too low. Oh my... Oh my goodness. I did not deserve that win, but I'll take it. Oh. What? I guess they left their clock too long and it just lowered. Oh my, that was insane. I mean, like, I know some people think winning by a flag is not good, but like, you really, I mean, if you didn't use your time correctly, then I mean that's just kind of the price you have to pay. But yeah, I mean, I think that's never happened to me before. I don't think in Rapid, or at least for a while. But geez, I mean that probably hurts actually, because I feel like I remember a similar situation happening in Blitz. But anyways, let's game review this game and see where I went wrong. Sorry guys, I actually have to refilm this segment because I actually forgot to change my scene on OBS. So I've kind of already game reviewed this game, but I'll still try my best to give you guys a good overview of my thoughts. So anyways, my opponent played at just under an 89% accuracy, and I played at 81.5. And yeah, I mean this game, like, there were only a couple chances really that I had. There was at this move, I think it was like move like 20. Yeah, move 20. This is where I could have actually brought it back to equal by playing the C5 move. And the reason I'm pretty sure is because it doesn't lock up the position as much. That'd be my guess. But anyways, yeah, my position after knight d6, it just easily got locked. Even like, yeah, rook here or even like knight here, it would have just been really hard for me to combat. And then king h7, I'm actually curious what the best move was here. Okay, knight b5, that just looks so off. But I guess a4 is probably not a good move to play here. So I guess just having this knight here is nice. Maybe even there's like crazy ideas for knight a7 and then pushing the pawn. I don't know. That's probably actually the idea of it if I had to guess. But anyways, I played king here because I wanted to cover the g6 square. But then rook fc1, and then, yeah, they played knight c4. I wasn't even supposed to trade here, I guess. I was just supposed to play rook fd8. I think I looked at this move at some point, but I kind of just dismissed it because I just didn't like it, I guess. But it was a fine move, and I should have played it. But yeah, eventually this position started getting real bad. Like d6 was like the start of their dominance, really. But then this is like the last point I really had to hold this draw. But unfortunately, I didn't see this this a4 move. I'm pretty sure it might have been under my radar at some point, but I just didn't see the idea of it, where like I guess you lock up these two pawns and then it's just a 4v4. But yeah, it's definitely was a really hard situation to be in. And then from this point on, my opponent gave me no chances, or I didn't really find any way to get any chances. Luckily, I was able to keep them down to an A pawn, because I feel like if they had a B pawn, they'd be in a much better situation. And then obviously you remember what happened. I slowly trickled down their clock until I was eventually able to get one of my craziest flags ever. Not the craziest flag I've ever had. If you guys want me to make a video about my craziest flag, I'll try to look through my games and find it, but I know there's been some crazy flags I've had. So anyways, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and goodbye.